As the pandemic continues to impoverish more and more people in the United States, one industry is at least growing. No, not Amazon, although it's also growing too. Shoplifting is growing. Now, since the pandemic started, Capital Supermarket says that thefts have gone up by more than double. The amount of people coming into the store stealing has more than doubled. And this is a thing that is industry wide, especially for grocery stores and big box stores like Walmart, who tend to be the primary victims of shoplifting. So it's interesting that as people are getting poorer and struggling to make ends meet, shoplifting increases. I know it's weird. It's like there's a connection between poverty and crime. But some people, at least one person from Capital Supermarket said at least once a day he spots someone slipping a package of meat, package of rice, food, or whatever under their skirt or into their jacket, diapers, shampoo, laundry detergent. Aren't these necessities? These aren't treats. These aren't luxury items. These are the staple things that you need to get by. Interviews with more than a dozen retailers have shown that there has been a shift away from regular consumer goods that would be considered non-essential to things that would be essential. So retailers, security experts, police departments across the country say what's being taken is more like staples, like bread, pasta, or baby formula. If you're at the point in your life where you need to steal baby formula, you're in a pretty bad situation. And I, for one, don't really feel like getting mad at someone for having to steal baby food. I mean, that's kind of really messed up. So, you know what I mean? But what's important here is that security experts, grocery stores, police officers are recognizing that these thefts are of basic staple foods, things that people need to survive. Now, at the same time, more than 20 million Americans are on some form of unemployment assistance, with 12 million about to run out of benefits the day after Christmas unless Congress gets around to kind of approving something. Right now it stands at about $908 billion, most of which goes to private companies, and particularly the very large ones, many of whom don't even need it. So, it's already an estimated 54 million Americans struggle with hunger this year. That's a very misleading statistic, considering that hunger defined in the United States is different than how hunger is defined across the world. Internationally, hunger is defined as, did you miss a meal due to poverty? Whereas in the United States, it says, did you have enough at every meal? So it's kind of a misleading statistic. Again, another divide between the first and the third world. However, what is significant here is that it is a 45% increase from 2019. People who are essentially saying that they are food insecure. So what's important here is how much it's grown due to the pandemic year that has been 2020 and is mercifully almost over. And this is all data that has been released by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, because they're the guys who know about food. Now, at the same time, in past years, SNAP, WIC, all those things designed to help people get food, have been cut by President Trump. Many of the people needing that are his supporters. Middle America, some of the working poor, right wing, etc., who have very clearly acted in their own interest and are continuing to defend acting against their own interest today. Food banks are reporting shortages, like demand being higher than ever before. Food banks, pantries, they're being inundated with more people than have ever been before. You saw previously with Texas, the very long line of people's cars lining up to go to the food bank, while at the same time continuing to insist on wasting resources by contesting the election. Rather than, the people that are going hungry kind of thing. Because that's priorities in Texas society. Only way to think about that. But what's remarkable here is that despite this continuing to grow, mass amounts of people continue to support Donald Trump. Now, I'm not singing the praises of Joe Biden. He's a complete tool. What's interesting is the insistence upon acting against one's own interests because of essentially conspiracy theories. And it's mind-boggling to me as an outsider, someone who's outside the United States looking in going, oh my God, what are you doing? It's something like that. Many of us in the world are kind of looking at you in this way. But hunger is increasing across the country due to this, due to the pandemic. And it's about to get a lot worse after Christmas. So I think it's about time that maybe Congress got up off its ass and did something. Because it's important to warn you, the public, of how bad things really are. Because you can't decide what to do, or how to act, or how to react, unless you have the proper information in front of you. And that is what you need to know. And that is the purpose of this video.
Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.